Thanks for staying with us. Let's get you some sports-related news now. The Indian Premier League is synonymous with jam-packed stadiums, fans patiently waiting in queue for hours for tickets, a barrage of promotional events creating a craze for T20 cricket. But do we see even half of that at this year's Champions League T20? Our sports correspondent NDTV-HINDU-THE finds out.
On strike.
What is the Champions League T20 and how is it different from the IPL? Well, it certainly is different considering it's being played out in empty stadiums. Yes, even teams playing on home soil aren't having better luck. The defending champions Chennai Super Kings lost not just their first match but also the only loss on home soil with barely 20% of the stands occupied. And fans tell us why.
It's too much of cricket, first of all, World Cup now. So I guess people are kind of bored of cricket and they need, I think, some change or something.
There are only few star players are playing, so we have only 4 Indian IPL teams playing here. So
you can see that great batsmen like Sachin Tendulkar, Sourav Ganguly is there. So the people are aware of that players. Now usually the new players are coming and going. So first of all, they are not aware of the players, and also new bowlers also coming.
With the Champions League returning to Indian soil after its South African debut last year, the fans are neither interested nor aware of its schedule this month. So is it just the lack of good advertising that's prevented a connect to India's massive fan base?
Yeah, it's really lacking in Chennai compared to IPL. It reaches every other places. They have sponsors. IPL has more sponsors, and CCL has past 2 years it was away from India. It's in South Africa. Even Chennai Super Kings are defending champions of IPL. They also no more the crowd is there.
It's Chennai's second game versus a team that represents the 2010 host country. And yet, the Cape Cobras are literally unknown to the average Indian cricket follower, except for the Herschel Gibbs touch.
They really need to involve the Indian players to participate in the game. In Champions League, the Indian players' participation is very less. Moreover, the foreign players are not famous. That's why the crowd is not interested in watching the game.
Imagine being ardent fans of teams that are representing different parts of the country through the IPL and now having to choose between just 4 Indian teams right here at the Champions League T20. It's not really surprising that the cricket fans across the country have lost interest in the tournament. After all, when we say Indian, Chennai Super Kings, Mumbai Indians and Royal Challengers Bangalore, or maybe even Kolkata Knight Riders aren't the men in blue. Now are they? In Chennai, Natasha Doraiswamy for NDTV Hindu.
Now, ahead of the October civic body polls, NDTV Hindu gets you, the viewer, a look at the condition of the various civic issues here in the city. In this, you can join us too with your inputs as well. This is our campaign, Save Our Pavements, a forgotten slice of Chennai's streets. Today, we take you through the bustling roads of Perangudi that cry out for some urgent attention.
நடப்பாதே இல்லைங்க. நடப்பாதை இருக்கிற இடத்துலயும் கடைங்க போயிருக்கு, குப்பையா இருக்கு, ரோடு சரியில்லை, மக்கள்லாம் நடப்பாதை நடக்க இடமே இல்லை, ரோட்ல தான் நடந்து போக வேண்டியதா இருக்கு.
pedestrians are very much important for the public. At least they will reduce. Most of the cases they reduce accidents as such. But pedestrians are very important. But I don't see many of the places as the pedestrians are out there on the roads. Wherever the work is happening, they are just leaving as it is without closing up the things as pit walls, whatever it is. That is also leading for the vehicles, very inconvenient for the vehicles to ride on the roads.
Now, a one-stop reference to Nama Chennai, its taste, flavor and rich culture is now all available in a collectible handbook called Stopover Chennai. It has been published by the Global Adjustments. The book acts as a guide to restaurants, vacation spots and culture joints here in the city. In fact, I've seen that book myself and I must tell you, it is very refreshing and a must-have if you love the city. A great coffee table bound. Well, today is World Rabies Day. Also time for some awareness on protecting oneself from the disease. Vaccinating your pets and teaching your kids to stay away from wild animals can help prevent rabies, though. It can also help you avoid a trip to your pediatrician or the health department for some of those rabies shots. In fact, joining us live all the way from Trichy tonight is Dr. B. Shekhar, Director of the Pasteur Institute there. So thanks very much indeed for joining us tonight on the show. First off, your institute, the Pasteur Institute, is, I believe, the only manufacturer of the rabies injection. Give us a sense of the supply-demand ratio of this particular injection throughout our country.
As such, we have started producing the tissue culture anti-rabies vaccine since 2001. But now, after that, there are many government as well as the private players are there. There is sufficient supply of tissue culture anti-rabies vaccine in the market. And when we stopped producing from 2008 onwards, there are other public sector also they were there, like Indian Immunologicals, which is a NDCC subsidiary. They were all supplying it. So there was no, as such, there was no, deficiency in the market.
Right, sir. But with the burgeoning number of stray dogs here, you know, in India, in Tamil Nadu, even in Chennai, does it really worry you at some point?
What we understand is that there are about 17.4 million animal bites are reported in India annually. And sadly, about only 3 million people receive the treatment. This is the one figure which is available at the national level. And another sad thing is 90% of the dogs are not protected.
Right, sir. But you know, in a city like Chennai, it's so full of pet lovers and dog lovers particularly, be it stray or even one that's bred at home. But for the benefit of our viewers, Dr. Shekhar, if you can tell us how one can really identify a dog with this disease.
Rabid dog, they develop some kind of symptom. For example, a dog which is docile, friendly, they can become aggressive. And they have liking towards some of the unused, unusual articles for eating. And on contrary, some of the very active dogs, they may go docile. So this altered behavior in the dogs may suggest that they suffer from rabies. Invariably, such dogs, they do succumb to disease by 10 days.
All right, very valuable information there. Thanks very much indeed, sir, for joining us all the way from Trichy tonight on our show. And with that, that's all the news we have for you this Wednesday night. But we leave you with some of the images of the last rites that were conducted from those of the state who lost their lives in the recent Nepal air crash. Good night.